Hey guys, it's RJ the Fed. We're back. We got another video. This bracket's going to be 1792 bottled in bonds versus Henry McKenna 10-year. So even though our bottled in bond version from our distillery didn't make it earlier, we still have a chance for this one to make the cut. So we got the Henry McKenna coming in from Heaven Hill that we can open up. Let's see if I can crack this. Is there a way? Oh, there's a tear tap before I jack this bottle up.
I just did A. You know what?
A?
I can put it in B.
Doesn't matter.
We'll keep it the same, right?
I can just move the bottle to the other side. It don't matter, wherever you want it.
We'll do it. We'll
You gonna put that in B then? So that's B. So I'm
There's a. How you want to do it?
1792 is B.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
I've never had a Henry McKenna, so
I have only had one bottle, and I bottle killed it myself. I did not really let anyone try it when they came over and sent out samples of it, so I liked it. I did. But that being said, I haven't bought another one since, strictly because of the price point.
which keeps going up and up. It seems like, right?
Yeah. On my right, my B bottle will be 1792 bottled in bond. Our A glass will be our Henry McKenna. So flavor profiles on these seem to be pretty drastic between the two. The Henry McKenna, a lot of people either love it or they hate it. And I don't think it's necessarily the bottle itself. I think it is like the barrel that is coming from that bottle, because for me, I get a lot of nuttiness. It's very peanut, not peanut butter, but peanut flavor on the bottle that I had. But that does not seem to be the case for all of them. The 1792 bottle in bond was a store pick that I had. I didn't like it. It was from Total Wine. Whoever picked that bottle, they should be shot or fired. However harsh you want to go with that one. I did have a 1792 bottle in bond that was a non-store pick, but my buddy loved the store pick so much, I'm like, let me just give him this bottle. So I didn't even get to try that one. That went to him, and he drank that very quickly. So bottle in bond for 1792 is going to probably be a pretty sweet one. So which one would you like to drink first? You've had the bottle in bond before? You want to try something that you haven't had first, A? Or do you want to?
Let's do that. Let's do McKenna first.
Henry McKenna, 10-year, bottled in bond. Also very impressive for the bottled in bond act, because it's stored in a rack house or rick house from the federal section where it's monitored. And most of the time for your bottled in bonds, you're talking 4 years. So 10 years is quite impressive on its own.
And if you didn't know, it is a Heaven Hill product.
Which is important because we had the Heaven Hill bottled in bond earlier, which did not make the cut. Maybe this can beat out 1792 and keep Heaven Hill still in the run.
I like the nose, although I am getting some ethanol on the nose. But it's a fresh crack.
It is a fresh crack, and it is not opened up. I can tell you that on the palate. This is not opened up to what I like. I do get a little bit of earthiness, a little bit of the nuttiness, but I'm getting another tasting note that I don't want to disclose because I don't want Tyler to focus in on that note. This is not the same bottle or barrel from the bottle I had. This is a very drastic difference in quality from Heaven Hill with this Henry McKenna bottle, and it does not meet the standards of the bottle that I had. So maybe I had a good bottle. I'm not going to say this is a bad bottle, but it's going to be ranking number 2 compared to number 1 for my Henry McKenna experience for the 2 bottles that I've now tried. It is a fresh crack though, so maybe it needs time to open up.
I want to reserve judgment until I try
1792.
Yeah. I want to contrast them, compare and contrast.
Not sure what you guys are paying for Henry McKenna, but here it's about $58.99. So we're talking about $65 after taxes. It's quite rough for the price point. I don't know if you paid less or more for that. I've seen them as high as 70. It looks like they were slowly going up. They used to be like a $40 bottle, then they went to 45, then went to 50, then went to 60, 65, 68. Now if they're at Total Wine, They'll sit on the shelf for about a week or 2 weeks, but they sell out even though they limit one per customer. They don't really have a secondary value, but the nose on this is good.
Banana pudding.
Yeah.
Banana pudding.
I like the banana note on this. I'm not a pudding fan, but the banana note.
Yeah, I think that's to me that's much just like banana pudding.
Now, if you can get this at MSRP, the 1792 bottled in bond is around $30-$35. It's one of the cheaper offerings of the upgrade from the small batch, and when they have it, it's very affordable.
That nose, I love it.
I wish the palate matched the nose, but it's not far off. It's very oaky.
I got a char on the end.
Very oaky, very charred. Still has banana on the front though. That matches the nose. That's a tough call.
Man, that char for me is bad. Like to me, the char is hurting the rest of the drink. So, I don't know. Overall, I'm going with McKenna.
So, flavor profile for me, the nose on this one's beautiful for the 1792, but the flavor profile, I do get a lot of oak, I do get a lot of char. And the char is kind of off-putting for what it is. The Henry McKenna is still very earthy, very dry, very off-putting compared to the Henry McKenna offering I've had before. But I think it just excels only slightly better than the 1792. I'm not going to say that Henry McKenna would take it in a landslide on this one, because if we factor price, we're talking almost double the price for Henry McKenna over 1792.
Yeah, that's true.
And I really did like the nose of the banana flavor on the 1792. And I think the palate, it still is there, but I do want to say that the char that you got off that was very.
I don't even know if that's what it was. That's what
I get a char. I do get a
that's
char.
What I
oakiness and char.
Yeah, that's what I. Because as soon as that char hits, and then for me it hits in the mid palate, and as soon as it hits, that's all I get.
It takes over.
Yeah, so I think that ruins the palate for me, but that's just my opinion.
We'll let Heaven Hill stay in it, and we'll pick the Henry McKenna. But for me, I think the 1792 bottled in bond is just slightly better, and I think it's actually better when you factor in cost, because the Henry McKenna was not as well rounded from the previous offerings of Henry McKenna that I've had, and the 1792 bottled in bond is slightly better than the other offerings, including the store pick that I had. But I'm not going to let previous tastings influence this offering. If I had to put these up against each other, I think 1792 is the clear winner on the nose, but the nose alone. I think the palate, the Henry McKenna 10, even though it has an undesirable oakiness to it, is better than the char that I'm getting off the 1792. So I'm going to take Henry McKenna, and we're going to keep Heaven Hill still in the run.
I'll also say that for me, I didn't get as many of the negative notes as you did on the McKenna.
I only got the negative notes because I've had this before. Like, I'm comparing it to itself. I wasn't comparing it to 1792. I'm trying to be fair as far as a head-to-head battle. But for me, this was a less desirable bottle from what I had from them. I've had better from Henry McKenna. And I've also had better from...
I was about to say, I have some store picks of bottled in bond. There's no char at all.
Yeah.
Much better mid, back, like everything. So
Henry McKenna's going to take this one, though. It's going to be moving on to the next round. So we've got 2 more pairings for the first round. We've got the last but not least single barrel E.H. Taylor and a Bardstown Origin, both bottled in bond series. The next round we got is a Redwood Empire Grizzly Beast, one of my absolute favorite bottles, and a Ben Holiday Soft Red Wheat, which I tried at my uncle's bar when one of the reps came up, and I really liked it. I actually liked that one better than I did the Rickhouse Proof, so I'm excited to see how I put the Redwood Empire up against another crazy offering bottle, and I think that'll be my most exciting one out of the first round pick, because those 2 bottles are both really crazy bottles. these are two, obviously, everybody wants some E.H. Taylor single barrel, but for me, I'm more excited about the one that we're going to see next. So we'll see you guys for the next one.